So this is a very messy FLP. It was like 1 AM, I was just making random shit. So the first thing I started with was this bass guitar that I played in. That was just the Scarby Rickenbacker bass. Next thing I did was I just played in this piano from Keyscape. So next thing I added was this weird key that I found on my Hydrosynth. Okay, so I added a vocal to the sample, and I'm so lost, like, I don't even know where this vocal came from. I think it was spliced. So the next thing I did was I just took that same sample and then I just put it into Serato sample. I like to chop up my loops if I feel like they're ass, so I just put them in Serato sample. So one thing I like to do when I chop up my samples, every 4 to 5 bars, I like to switch up the pattern. Except like if I find like a catchy part, like this part right here, I'll repeat a part like this, but I like to keep the sample changing throughout the whole entire section. So next thing I added was this little vocal run I found on Splice. So then I rendered the sample one more time and this is what it sounded like. So this FLP is that same sample from the next day. I listened to it again and I felt like it was ass. There was not much really going on. This sample's cool, but there's not really any chord switches, there's not really any switch ups. When someone hears this sample, you know, it's gonna get kind of boring, just the same chord progression the whole time. So I just added this keyscape. So this is the bass I used. Next thing I added was this little ear candy accent. So then I added these 2 little accents to go on top of that. So on this section right here, I just added a little switch up. I took out the main melody and then I replaced it with this texture and these vocals. And last thing I added was this perk loop I made. I ain't gonna lie, I've been spamming this shit on like every single sample for some reason. And this is the final sample.